Oh, I'm on. Thinking about something. Good morning. Now I don't even remember what I was thinking about either. So yeah, good morning, guys. Welcome to Daily Reflection. It's Sunday, June 27th at 11:40 in the morning, Mountain Standard Time in Aurora, Colorado. So, yep. I hope everybody's having a good day, good weekend. Um, Come up on 4th of July weekend. So, thinking about actually going to a barbecue or something. That'd be fun. So, if you are here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Today, we're talking about accommodating the AA way. And they actually put it a different way, conforming to the AA way. And I just didn't, man, it's not a very good title for what I do. So, so I changed it to accommodate us. AA is I and the meanings are still the same, but our verbiage is kind of changed. And I try and accommodate that. Um, I'm getting better and better at it. Um, because I like people to feel included, and sometimes I feel like the AA book. I mean, we were still, you know, it's him, when it should have been us, they, things like that. But what are you gonna do? So, but let's get to this. I was thinking if there was anything I need to go over. There was something um, that I kind of noticed over this weekend. Um, and I don't know when this switch happened, but I used to get a lot of anxiety when the grandkids would come over. Um, I'm not sure why, but now it's nothing. And maybe I've just gotten more used to it. Maybe I've been around a little bit more. Um, but I think sometimes we have that fear that stops us from being dads and mothers and grandparents. Um, being a grandparent is definitely different than being a parent. A lot more spoiling. So, all right. Accommodating to the AA way, we obey AA steps and traditions because we really want them for ourselves. It is no longer a question of good or evil. We conform because we genuinely want to conform. Such is our process of growth in unity and function. Such is the evidence of God's grace and love among us. AA comes of age 106. And I thought it was As Bill Sees It, so I pulled that out. But I've got it here. 106, right? All right. 106. All right. Sometimes this stuff starts like here. It's like, but this is not the whole story. Our individual groups. So, okay, here we go. We think we should do one thing well, rather. Okay, much of our discussion so far leads straight to tradition 5, which states each group has but one primary purpose: to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. We think we should do one thing well rather than many things to which we are not called. That is the central idea of this tradition. Our society gathers in unity around this concept. The very life of our fellowship requires its preservation. So, what we're saying, that's why we have groups. And I know that, right, that's my fellowship. It's for the newcomer. Okay. Today, I was in my 10 o'clock meeting and we were talking 10 step. And then somebody was in, they're like, I'm new, I'm hurting, some things are going on. And we switched over to the first step because that's more appropriate. We meet people where they're at and we do not shoot our wounded. Um, Our code is love and tolerance. Okay? So get ready for a lot of love and tolerance. Lord knows my group loves and tolerates me. Shoemaker, stick to thy last is no dull cliche for Alcoholics Anonymous. Together we have found a substantial remedy for a terrible malady. So, shoemaker, stick to thy last. For me, stay in your lane. I think is what we're going for there. Um, like I said, we were talking about the 10th step, and we get to a point where we stop fighting everyone and everything, right? Because that that gives us freedom. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, let it go, man. Let it go. You don't know. And have you ever had to rush to the hospital? I mean, like emergency wise? Yeah, they're probably just being a jerk, but you don't know that. We don't know. What I usually say is, but for the grace of God go I, because I could be in that exact situation any given moment. Together, we have found a substantial remedy for a terrible malady. Of course, we might interest ourselves in the field of education, research, neurosis, and the like. But as a society, should we? Our experience says that we definitely should not. And I get that. Experience is fact, right? So that's what we stick to in meetings, is we stick to our experience, strength, and hope. And we do that because that is fact. Okay? We are not doctors. We are not lawyers. We may have gone through some of this stuff, okay? And you can give suggestions, things like that. But be very careful on handing out unsolicited advice. Sometimes they just don't want to hear it. Or the same person told them the same thing 50 times, you know? Of course, we might, our experience, we can and we do help as individuals in those fields. Okay, like myself, I am a recovery coach. Okay, that is separate from my AA. It is separate. It is something else that I do. Okay, it is not you are not a sponsor. A sponsor is different than a recovery coach. That is good, but as a fellowship, we know that we must not be diverted. It is our experience as alcoholics that makes us unique value on our own sector of the total alcoholic front. We can approach sufferers as no one else can. Therefore, the strongest kind of moral and ethical compulsion is upon us to do this and nothing more. Okay? Staying in your lane, right? Not getting too big for your britches. If we had discovered a widely applicable cancer cure, we would be begged to attend that and only that. We would not try to look for all tumors and branch out into tuberculosis and tapeworms besides. So, yeah, it's just confirming it. In such case, we would certainly stick to cancer. Though AA is obligated to both medicine and religion, we cannot become experts in either. We know the theology is for clergymen and the practice of medicine and psychiatry is for doctors. Certain that we can do together what we cannot do separately. We shall always cooperate, but never compete. We shall direct our energies where they count most. Most empathetically, then, as AA has but one single purpose, to carry the message to the alcoholic that still suffers. That is our basic objective. Our real reason for existence. It is fun to watch myself grow in AA. If you don't know that it's going on, it's not going to be very much fun. Okay, it can be fun growing. It depends on how you look at it. For me, I'm the type of person that If I am wrong about something, I'm happy because it is a chance for me to learn something. And if I'm wrong on something, then because I don't like handing, like let's say I say, so and so sings that song and I'm wrong. I don't want to be passing on wrong information. I fought conformity to AA principles from the moment I entered. Okay, did you have fun watching yourself grow up or did you fight? I'll come into agreement with this. But I learned from the pain of my belligerence that in choosing to live AA way of life, I opened myself to God's grace and love. Then I began to know the full meaning of being a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Yes. Right. So the group as a whole comes first. Right. There it is. My AA program is going to come before pretty much everything, except for God, right? It's going to go God, then my AA program, and everybody else, right? And I do it that way so that I can be of the best effectiveness, okay? Number two, I used to have to spend a lot of time on. I don't have to spend as much time on that anymore. Because when situations and things come up, I can take an honest look at those things, right? And if I am wrong, I don't feel bad or guilty. Why? Because I didn't know. We're all human. And you're going to make mistakes. It's what you're going to do about it. That used to be one of my sales techniques, actually. I used to tell people, you know what? We're going to make mistakes over here, right? But it's what we do about it. Isn't that what matters? Well, yeah, it is. Okay. See, when you admit that you're already going to make a mistake, people tend to alleviate their bullshit with you. All right, guys. I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And as always, I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.